Hey everyone! It has been some time since our last Champion Spotlight, but we have quite a treat to make up for it. For this Spotlight, we are highlighting one of the most famous gladiators Teleria has ever known. He's ruthless, he's efficient, he's implacable. He is Quintus the Triumphant, a unique legendary champion that can only be won in live arena. To summon him, you'll need to gather his champion fragments. You'll earn these as one-time rewards for climbing through live arena's various tiers. You'll get 20 fragments at certain milestones, with you having enough to summon Quintus when you reach Gold 3. But enough preamble, gladiators. Now for the main event. Let's take a look at his skills and see why you'll want to make this champion part of your team. First things first. Quintus is a void champion, which means he doesn't care about the affinity of whatever face he's about to break. Always a sweet bonus, but the real fun begins with his passive skill, Percussion. No matter what active skills Quintus uses, he deals extra damage equal to 10% of his target's max HP for every buff on that target. What's really scary is that extra damage is pure damage, and it ignores shields. Quintus laughs in the face of your enemy's puny shield buffs. Support and glass cannon champions and buff-heavy teams, in particular, are going to cry their eyes out when they see Quintus entering the arena. This passive's going to be pretty useful in PvE as well. Pure damage is always welcome against bosses. Things get even better when we look at Quintus's default skill, Encore Performance. If his target has no buffs on them, Quintus will bludgeon them again with his hammer. And if any of these hits are critical, he will repeat the whole attack once, so that's up to 4 gnarly thwacks from our fearsome gladiator. Now imagine landing a critical hit on a super buffed up champion. That's 2 attacks with the extra pure damage from Percussion. That's gotta hurt. Next up, the first of Quintus's 2 active skills, the aptly named Strip Away. He removes all the buffs from the target champion, places a 60% decreased defense debuff on them for 2 turns, then adds a hammer to the face for good measure. If that doesn't make you wince, these effects can't be resisted or blocked either. Yeah, talk about brutal. That is incredibly strong on its own, but this skill has a special mechanic you'll need to consider. Damage inflicted by Strip Away can't be decreased by an enemy champion's passive skills or masteries. But Quintus's masteries or the passive skills of his allies cannot increase its damage either. The exact opposite is true when it comes to bosses. Their passives can decrease Quintus's damage, but he also gets any damage boosts from his masteries to make up for it. As an extra cherry on top, killing an enemy with this skill will reset the cooldown for the next active skill, Crowd Favorite. This is a sweet and simple skill that plays to Quintus's strengths. Caving in faces. First, he gets a 50% increased attack and 30% increased critical damage buff for 3 turns, then attacks all enemies. And if any target dies, the cooldown on Strip Away is reset. And yes, the extra damage from Percussion can inflict some serious pain if this skill is used at the right time. Finally, Quintus's aura increases his team's attack stat in the arena by 35%, a handy bonus and very fitting for a legendary gladiator. Now, let's take a quick look at the artifacts you might want for this beast of a champion. Apart from all the usual stuff you'd expect from a top-tier attacker, speed, attack, critical damage, you really want to increase Quintus's critical rate to ensure the extra attack from Encore Performance activates as often as possible. So, either use artifacts that increase that stat, or bring along a friend or two that can buff his critical rate. The good news is that you don't need to worry about accuracy. The effects of Strip Away cannot be resisted, so invest in pushing his damage to the max. Overall, go with your personal favorite nuker setups while keeping Quintus's quirks in mind, and you'll be the conqueror of the arena in no time. Well, are you not entertained? If you are, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more raid content. That's about it for today's Spotlight, but we have so much exciting stuff planned for the future, and you wouldn't want to miss it. Until next time, happy raiding.